Hey guys, welcome to Tracie's Place. I'm so glad you stopped by my channel. I am making something I have been wanting to make for so long because I've seen it floating around YouTube. Now, a lot of you all have seen my biscuit recipe that I made. It's been a couple of years ago, and I'll probably make it again just to update it for you guys. But it is delicious. It is my favorite biscuit recipe. But I saw this one. Granny Karma made it on her channel, and several other, it's been floating around a while, but Granny Karma made it as of recent, and a couple other YouTubers. And then, you know, it's an old recipe, but I want to make it because who wouldn't want to make a 2-ingredient biscuit? 2 ingredients, y'all. This heavy whipping cream and self-rising flour. Okay, this time I'm going to be making it in my cast iron skillet that I have greased. I'll probably put some butter in the bottom too, but this is some shortening in the bottom. But cast irons do not make a mistake when it comes to cooking, just basically anything. So I wanted to use this today. So we're gonna go ahead and get on into this recipe, and I hope you enjoy it just as much as me and my family will. Enjoy. All right, guys, so when you start making your biscuits, make sure you have everything out so that you won't have to, you know, scram and get anything after you start the process, because your hands will be floury and doughy and everything. So what you also want to do, take off your rings, take off your bracelets, and watch. This is a little bit of a messy process. It's a good process, but it's a little messy. And as stated before in the video, this is a 2-ingredient biscuit. So here we have 2 cups of self-rising flour. We have 2 cups of heavy cream. Make sure you have your rolling pin out. This is the size that I have. I make cakes all the time, so this is my cake rolling pin for icing. So if you have a bigger rolling pin, that's fine. If you do not have a rolling pin, you can use your hands. Make sure they're floured, or you can use a glass to roll out your biscuits at the end. Also, you want to have a little bit of flour in a cup set aside so that you can put it on your hands to keep them from getting all doughy and, you know, it'd just be a mess. So if you have a little bit of flour, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that in a little bit. And then you want a glass. If you have a biscuit cutter, that's fine. If you don't, a glass or a cup will do. Any size, you know, is fine. This is a little one, but I'm going to make this kind of a, you know, a decent sized biscuit. It's going to be a good old big biscuit. So we're going to get that there. And also you want butter. Now this is not an ingredient. This is just to put in the bottom of the pan. You do not have to. You can just grease it with shortening. Some people have non-stick pans or whatever. I just wanted butter in the bottom of my skillet. So I put that in there so it'll be ready. I just wanted to try it with butter. Okay, I'm just smoothing that on in there all around. You might can't see that too good. And that was 1 tablespoon of butter. Get some butter on the bottom too. Okay, and we are ready to start. I am going to scoop this over out the way until we get ready to roll it out, or ready to knead it rather. We're going to go ahead and get everything front and center, and we're just going to go ahead and start adding our heavy cream. You want to add it a little at a time, and you can just kind of stir it as you're putting it in. It's going to be kind of a dry dough, but it's going to come out beautiful in the end. I'm so excited for this recipe. I have tried so many biscuit recipes before, and my favorite was the one that I use, the 7-Up biscuit recipe, and I'll put that at the end. I'll link it at the end of this video, and also down in the drop down description box below this video too. But if you wait till the end of the video, all you have to do is click on it when the video appears at the end. Okay, let me set this down. Oops. I'm clanging and making too much noise here with this glass. So we just are moistening the flour. Let's get this on in here. I said 2 ingredients. What the world? When you think of biscuits or homemade biscuits, you just think of, you know, something elaborate. Let me get my scraper because I want to get every drop, because this cream is thick and it's sticking to the sides. So I want every drop of that cream that's called for in this recipe. All right. And it might be a little scary. You might be thinking this is too dry, but don't worry. It's okay. It's going to all come together. See how that's coming together? And what I'm going to do, go ahead and put a little flour on my fingers now, because we're at the sticky part where you could make a mess and a debacle. So let's get this off of here. And your oven should be heated to 400 degrees. That's what I'm baking mine's at. 400 degrees. I want to scrape the sides. And it's very good to always have a spatula or scraper here. So, okay. All right. Now we are at the point where we're going to turn this out so that we can knead it. Okay. And kneading, that's where it helps to get some pockets in there. The layers, rather. So, make it a good, nice, fluffy biscuit. Okay. It's not too much of a mess. I got a little bit of dough on my finger. I'm going to put a little bit more flour on my fingers. Okay, I'm going to get my piece of wax paper over here. Now, if you have a cutting board, that would be good to use. I have, and I'm going to get a big wooden board here soon. I don't have a big, I have a small one. It's not big enough for this. Okay, so I'm going to put flour. And what you want to do is go ahead and put flour down. Even though this is wax paper, you want it as easy as possible. You don't want it sticking to anything. Okay. And you can also put a little bit in here on the top, because you're about to start touching this dough here in a second. I'm going to pour a little bit of flour into my little ramekin here for my fingers. All right, get them good and floured. And just go ahead and do this. You want to reach in here with your hands this time. Hope that's far enough over for you to see. You want to get all that dough. Okay. And we are going to put it here. Go ahead and just try to scoop it up as best as you can. Sometimes the flour works better than other on your fingers. Okay. I think I'm still going to end up having to wipe my little fingers off. Okay, I had to use a paper towel. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put some flour on here. That's just to help it not stick. Okay, we want to get it covered as much as possible so it's not sticky. Oh, that's better. That is much better. Oh, ooh, I like this. Okay. I don't want to sound like a kid now, but this is fun. Okay, so we're going to start kneading. We're going to start kneading this dough. And kneading, you just turning it over. You even want to flour your knuckles to kind of get that in here. That's one. You want to do it about 10 times if you can. Okay. And then you can fold over this way. That's 3. And if it starts to get sticky, just put some more flour down. That's 4. Hope I don't start miscounting. Okay. That's 5. Flatten it out a little bit. This is 6. See, it's making those layers in there. Okay. That's 7. And that's 8. Okay, we're going to flatten that down a little bit. That's 9. Okay. Hope y'all can see this good enough. And this is 10. Y'all, this is, now, you can get your kids to help you with this, your kids, your grandkids. This will be so fun for them to help you with. Okay. Oh my goodness. One more time for good measure. That was just too fun. Okay. So I'm going to get my flour down on my little piece of wax paper. So we're going to go ahead and flatten this out. We want it about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. Okay. All right. So let us now get some flour on your rolling pin. Get it real good there. And you can get a little bit of flour here also so it won't stick. Okay. And just go on and start rolling. Oh my goodness. I am too excited for this. 2 ingredients. Even the biscuit recipe that I love, that 7-Up biscuit, it is delicious, but it takes a minute. You got several ingredients in that one. Once you get the hang of this, you can just go so quickly. Let's see here. I don't want too flat now. I want me a big old down home biscuit. I'm going to put some flour over here, but you want to put flour around the rim of your glass. You just want to go ahead and start making those indentions. Oh my goodness. And just push down and twist until it turns loose. Ooh-wee, look at that. Look at that. So I'm just going to go ahead and place that in my skillet. Push this a little closer. Just want to go until they're all done. And when you get down to the scraps, You just want to fold it in on itself. You don't want to mess with it too much. You just want to get it to where it's combined because you want the biscuits to stay uniform. So you're just going to fold it over about 2 times and then roll this out again. Just going to do the same thing. Run the rim of the glass through the flour. Push it down until you cut through. And it turns loose. And you want your biscuits touching. If you want them to rise, I know some people like them kind of spaced apart. I do not. I like my biscuits touching because that helps them to rise. That helps them to rise. Okay, only fold a few times now. Okay. Wow. That's a big one right there. We're going to put that one right in the center. I'm going to show you what it looks like in a second. I'm going to get my camera over. Wow. This looks beautiful, if I must say so myself. I think I'm going to put this last one in a ramekin. Yeah, I'm going to put this in this ramekin because you can bake in these ceramic ramekins. And yeah, you never know until you try. So we're just gonna knead that. I am going to put a little bit of butter around in it. Hold on. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that, but I have butter around in there. And I just kneaded this a couple of times. Get it kind of adhered together. Get it together. So I'm going to put it in the ramekin. All right, and it's going to go in with the biscuits. Okay, here they are. Don't they look beautiful? So I put them all touching, and let me get that. Let me get them closer to that middle biscuit. So touching them together makes them rise. They help each other to rise. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in a 400-degree oven, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when it comes out. I'm excited, just chomping at the bits to try this, y'all. Okay, are you all ready? Ooh-wee! Look at that. Oh, position moment because I don't want to burn my table with this hot skillet. Oh my goodness. Those are beautiful. I love butter on my biscuit, and you can put whatever you want to on yours. But I love a good buttered biscuit. I'm also going to put some butter on the inside. But you all look how they rose up. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I cannot wait to eat this. And look, that butter just runs right off. It's good and hot. We'll make sure all of them get some love. Oh my goodness, y'all, look at that. I am just proud of myself. Oh, wow. Thank you, Granny Karma, and all the other people who have made this recipe, because I wasn't sure at first. I'm like, 2 ingredients, are you sure? And I had to watch a couple of them just to convince myself, yeah, let me go ahead and try it. And oh my goodness, they look amazing. And I'm going to show myself on camera eating one. I am. My family is waiting. I might have to make another batch. But let me show you. Oh, look at that. Ooh. Oh my goodness. And you see that? I have butter in the skillet. Nice and brown, not too dark or anything. And y'all look, it has a natural middle. Oh, and they are flaky. This feels like a restaurant biscuit. Well, I won't say that. It's better. It's a homemade biscuit. That is a homemade biscuit. Oh my goodness. But I was thinking about, when I said that, I was thinking about Cracker Barrel. So anyway, let me show myself tasting this biscuit. Hold on, because I got to get ready to calm my family down. Okay, you all. Here's that biscuit. It is fluffy. It is light. It feels light and fluffy. I just want to hold it for a minute. Let's just have a moment of silence. Okay. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe this. Okay, let me go ahead and taste this. Oh my goodness. Oh my. This is so good. Let me hurry up because my family is ready to eat. They are still hot. Right in the skillet. I hope I have a view of the skillet. I'm not sure if I do or not. But oh my goodness, these are delicious. And even better with the butter. I would, if I had not have seen it on YouTube and then made it myself. I would not have believed this. Y'all, make this. Let me know how it comes out for you. You don't have to use cast iron if you don't want to. You can use a cookie sheet or a glass pan and, you know, put butter or something in the bottom of it, or if it's non-stick, you don't have to put anything. But oh my goodness, oh my goodness. It's light and fluffy. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Y'all make it yourself so you can see. But yes, it's a 2-ingredient biscuit. And you all make sure when you are kneading your biscuit dough and you like fold it over and you're about to press it out and everything, don't press down on it too much. You saw I just kneaded it like 11 times, 10, 11 times. And when I would fold it over to, you know, when I had gotten enough out of the little scraps, you fold it over. Don't, you know, press super hard. You just press it till it forms together so that the layers will stay light. The biscuit will stay light. Okay? And I don't know if y'all can hear that. I'm making sausage right now at the same time so they can have biscuits and sausage. And I have to learn how, when I was coming up, my father made sage gravy. And I was not watching how he did it. We just enjoyed it. So I'm going to try to work on some sage gravy. That would be so good with this. All right, guys. Love you all. Be blessed and make this biscuit. All right. Bye.